Now, Palestinians have condemned Bahrain's normalization deal with the Israeli regime. A statement issued in the name of the Palestinian leadership described the agreement as a betrayal of the Palestinian cause. It called on Bahrain to immediately retreat from recognizing Israel, saying that the normalization will lead to great harm to the rights of Palestinians. Meanwhile, the Palestinian Foreign Ministry recalled Palestinian ambassador to Bahrain for consultations. In Gaza, Palestinian resistance movement Hamas said that Bahrain's decision represents a grave harm to the Palestinian cause and is an act of aggression. Also, a senior Iranian official called Bahrain's move a great betrayal to the Islamic cause and the Palestinians. And now joining us out of Belfast is Saeb Shaath, author and Middle East affairs expert. Hello, Mr. Shaath. Always a pleasure to have you on Press TV. Your thoughts on, we saw the UAE do it just a short while ago, and now here's Manama. Your thoughts, please.
See, this country, Bahrain, is a tiny island that you can probably all of its population in a few buildings in Cairo, Tahrir Square. The tiny country is a home base of the American Fifth Fleet, and it's controlled by them, by the Marines in there. The people of Bahrain, when they rose against this tyrannical regime of bin Khalifa and the Saudi and the Emiratis sent military forces and occupied practically the country. So the king in there and his throne against the will of the people because of the oppression of the Saudis, the Marines, and United Arab Emirates. Whatever they want from King Hamad, he will gladly do because he owed them being on the throne today. It's the normalization or the relationship between Bahrain and Israel as the Zionist entity is not new. In June 2019, Manama hosted Bahrain Peace Working Shop for Prosperity, which was the workshop for the deal of the century, organized by Jared Kushner, the son-in-law of Trump, and it was attended by many Zionist entities, official and business people at the time. And there is so many conferences happened before and after that, which the Zionist entity joined in Bahrain and sent officials to it. So it's not new. The same thing goes with the United Arab Emirates, which was the relationship with the Zionist entity goes deeper than 20 years. The only thing, these things comes on the top now because Manama and the United Arab Emirates, and maybe we'll see Saudi Arabia after bin Salman, Hamad bin Salman become a king, normalize the relationship. This is his condition to the Trump administration. You want to be king, then he'll normalize the relationship. So the Manama regime and the rest of them are they are pawns in the game Trump playing today. He wants to appease his own Zionist Christian audience of the Protestant movement in the United States of America, and to appease as well the Zionist lobbies to convince most of the Jewish voters in the United States of America who votes usually and traditionally Democrats to vote for him this time, because he's facing difficult times in the race to the presidential place in the United States of America. He is mismanaged the pandemic, the corona pandemic, and he mismanaged the economy. There is over 40 million Americans who are out of jobs today because of that. And there is violence and backlashes against institutional racism within the government branches of the United States of America and the justice system, and mainly the police as well. And he is taking a stand against the Black Lives Matters, and he is encouraging even militias to take to the street, believing violence can bring him as well votes. So the international arena, he wants to show himself, he is protecting Israel, he is the carer of the Zionist entity, which beloved by the Zionist Christians, and to convince the Jewish voters to come to him. So he using the cause of Palestine to play electioneering games in the United States of America. And those Arab reactionary regimes take them from Bahrain to United Arab Emirates and Saudi, maybe tomorrow and Omani. All they will do exactly as they told by the Zionist entity before Trump.
Right, but Mr. Shaath, you know, the way I've seen it online, you see social media, you see comments. You know what? Jews that are voting Democratic are appalled, and they have you know, they really to not put it any lighter than what it is. They actually hate Donald Trump as a person, hate his policies, hate what he stands for, regardless of how close and how many favors he's trying to shoot the Israeli regime. So my question to you, aside from him trying to get and absorb the Jewish vote there in America, how does this really even qualify as a diplomatic victory for Donald Trump?
It's Donald Trump. He couldn't believe himself he became the president of the United States of America to start with. And he depended on lies and on the one-man show kind of style on TV and the media, using the media. He have a huge media machinery behind him, like Fox News and other, and lobbyists, the Zionists and the Anglican churches and stuff like that, and the Zionist lobbyists from AIPAC to the rest. And these people they can pressurize huge chunks of the Jewish voters to vote for Trump. That's what he wishes. But the Jewish voters, traditionally, they go for the Democrat because Biden himself is more Zionist than Trump himself. So the Jewish voters, they see in themselves they are not losing in either side, Biden or Trump. But the ones who's losing is peace in the Middle East, peace in the Arab world, and stability in the region. Because Trump, as he is invigorating violence in the United States of America, he is playing on the fear factor as well in the region. He is marketing himself as the protector of the Zionist entity, and as well as Iran is the villain, and trying to get these regimes from the Saudis to the Bahraini to the United Arab Emirates to be united with the Zionist entity to try to stabilize Iran, to create a regime change. That's his ultimate goal. And this ultimate goal of Trump goes hand in hand with the deep states in the United States of America. So this is where the Jewish vote, it doesn't matter sometimes to them, the Trump or Biden, because both of them will act in the same. But Trump will be more kind of reckless in his policies.
Thank you, Saeb. Always a pleasure to have you on and get your perspective on things. From Belfast, Mr. Saeb Shaath, author and Middle East affairs expert.